Greetings, boils and ghouls. Welcome back to Midnight Movie Massacre. Tonight we have a very special bonus episode for the Kaiju Quarantine, wherein we are going to take a look at a box set that I had to go through a whole hell of a lot of shit to get my hands on. Was not a good time. Would not have accomplished this without the generosity and kindness of Septum Sin from Septum Sin vs. the World. His link will be in the description below. Please do check out his channel, subscribe, share it around, all that good stuff. At the end, we'll go ahead and go more in-depth on the process me and Septum Sin had to go through to get this bitch to my doorstep. But in the interest of not wasting a ton of time and getting right into the shit, because there's a lot of it to look at, here we go. I present to you Gamera, the complete collection from Arrow. Absolute fucking beast of a set. I believe this thing really does weigh like 6 pounds. And it is absolutely everything that we hoped it would be. And then some. Beautiful, gigantic, like big box setup going on here. It's obviously like the size of a fucking cereal box. Beautiful artwork on there. Before we jump into the plethora of awesome shit contained inside, we're going to go ahead and run down the movies that are included. Of course, you have the one that started it all, Gamera the Giant Monster. Then you have Gamera vs. Baragon. Did a review of that not long ago. Gamera vs. Gauss. Did a review of that just tonight. Gamera vs. Virus, which it now occurs to me I am properly listed as the 5th film. Gamera vs. Giran, which is the actual 5th film. Gamera vs. Jiger. Gamera vs. Zigra. And Gamera Super Monster. And that completes the Showa series. Then you got Gamera Guardian of the Universe, kicking off the Heisei period. You got Gamera 2 Attack of Legion. Gamera 3 Revenge of Iris, closing out the proper Heisei trilogy, and then you have, finally, Gamera the Brave. And those, of course, are beautifully housed inside this smaller, also giant set that comes inside of that beast. Looks like a hardcover graphic novel. It's even kind of got like texture on the side to make it look like pages, because they are pages. Then you open it up here, and you got your discs, It's got some comic book inspired like panels on the side here. Absolutely love that. And it's just got all those movies that we listed there inside of these sleeves, which is fine with Blu-ray. They're harder to scratch. And in the back here, you've got like little poster card type deals, I guess. But each one just basically has like a little chunk of the art and then the logo for the movie on the back there. I mean, as far as I can tell, they don't fit together like any puzzle or anything. It doesn't make like a big picture if you lay them all out. Just a neat little, side thing that they kind of threw in for you, I guess. It would be pretty cool to put each of those in like a little picture frame, or get one of those sort of, I don't know what you call them, like those big picture frames with multiple picture frames in it. If you could find ones that like are the proper size and the proper amount to equally display these, that'd be kind of cool. Just my 2 cents on that, but I mean, this alone as like a slim pack for $60 or $80 or something like that, Arrow could get away with totally selling that. Before we move on though, there is also like this sweet fucking map of Japan thing inside of a little pocket there, and it points out all the locations from the various movies. It's also got like the original movie posters for all the movies down there at the bottom. Just a fun little extra there. It also came with Gamera, the comics collection, which is a collection of, I believe it like a one-shot and a little 4-part mini-series. Got some nice art there as we open it. And as we can see in the contents, after an introduction by Matt Frank, we have Gamera the Last Hope by Matt Frank, Joshua Bogush, and Gonzalo Lopez. And then we have a 4-part Gamera series by various people, Dave Chips, Mozart, Kauto, and Mike Sellers. I've not read them yet, but I definitely will be soon, because they look fucking awesome. I believe it is 120 pages, this comic book here, so plenty of stuff to read. It's like the size of a good trade paperback, And if that's not enough, they also included a very beautiful 80-page supplemental booklet. This one is not hardcover like the rest of the stuff, it's a paperback, but it's still pretty fucking awesome and seems to be packed full of lots of good stuff. Such as A History of Gamera by Patrick Macias. It covers all the movies. Looks like they each get a couple of pages dedicated to them. Pretty fucking sweet. Then you got an interview with Noriaki Yuasa. That should be good. Looks like it's a good 11 pages, so like 10 pages not counting that photo. Then we got the Kaiju X-Rays. I was kind of bummed about this because I don't know why. I thought I saw that they were like separate Like, these are the things I was hoping to frame. It looks like that won't be happening, but it's cool nonetheless. As soon as I can get images of these, I'll probably do like a review of each creature's anatomy or something. I think that would be fun. After that, we got Inside the Hesse Trilogy by Norman England. Looks like a pretty solid 12, 13 page friggin' article. Looking forward to giving that a read. And then you have a Guide to English Language Gamera by James Flower. This might come in handy for collecting those VHS tapes or just knowing the background of all that stuff. I'm sure it's fucking fascinating, you know? And this book has some really sweet art on it, man. And that's just like what you can physically look at right here. There's a ton of on-disc special features, like a literal insane amount of them, tons of featurettes and interviews, commentaries, like everything that you can fucking think of. Every movie is pretty much stacked, and that's even after you remove the text back there. That just talks about the transfers. I need to get another beer before we tell you the story of how this set came to be in my possession and give thanks to the proper people once again. You guys are going to enjoy the Arrow trailer for this set to get a glimpse at it. There will be full color photos at the end, all that good junk. So, cheers. Hope you guys are enjoying this so far. So I'm sorry guys, it's been like a month since I recorded that last shit. I ended up getting sidetracked with some company, I believe it was, and then, you know, before I knew it, a month had passed and I still hadn't completed this video. But here we are with the story of all the bullshit me and Septimson had to go through to get this set to my doorstep. A million glasses raised to Septimson too. He didn't have to help me get this set. He did it simply out of the kindness of his heart and because he knew that my kaiju passion was equal to his. Thanks again, man. So basically me and like everybody in our movie group pre-ordered this shit months ahead of time from Amazon. Amazon apparently is notorious for overbooking pre-orders, which isn't normally as big of an issue when it comes to like mass-produced collector's edition stuff that you might get in the movie realm or the gaming realm. But when it comes to stuff that is like legitimately limited edition, meaning there is only so many copies of the shit, Amazon is not a good place to go through. They will overbook your pre-orders and you have like a 50-50 chance of actually getting the item, whereas if you paid a little bit more to go through some other place like Diabolique, you would be more so guaranteed that you're gonna end up with the item that you pre-ordered. It's just as simple as that. They overbooked the shit, like grossly. I went through like over an hour on customer service with 3 different representatives, eventually talked to like a shift supervisor of their customer service department, and got him to just admit that yes, this is a frequent problem that they deal with. Amazon overbooks the pre-orders and then people are just fucked out of their stuff. And to make it more bizarre, instead of just awarding the people in order of like when they pre-ordered, they did it as like a random lottery thing to be fair. So people that pre-ordered like even months before us didn't get theirs, but people that pre-ordered like 3 days before ended up getting their copy of the Gamera set. So long story short, I ended up selling this Rambo 3-pack on Blu-ray since I had, you know, been planning on upgrading to the 5-pack. And I was able to have enough money to make an order of the UK set of the Gamera collection through a bookstore over in England because I contacted Arrow directly. They told me it was region free, even though it was marked as like a UK set. So you could just get it and it would play on your player, no problem. So I ordered it, and then the day that it was supposed to ship, they sent me an email saying it was irreparably damaged. They didn't have any more in stock, so I was fucked once again. I put in for my refund, and it turned out it was going to take like 3 days to get it back. Thankfully, Septimson had been following my struggles with the Gamera set. He'd already received his. He was one of those lucky few that got like his lottery number pulled when they were fulfilling pre-orders. He actually got his in a very timely fashion. So he offered to go ahead and cover the $170 price, which even when I got my like refund from the first Arrow purchase back, I wouldn't have had to cover to have it like shipped to my house. But he was willing to do it because it was cheaper to order it from like Arrow directly and have it shipped to his house, and then have me able to like pay him a little bit later to have him ship it to my house from his house. So that's how I got the Gamera collection, and I can't thank him enough. I mean, it's one of the highlights of my year for sure. It's absolutely fucking beautiful and worth the price 100 times over. And that's the short and skinny of it, man. I mean, through the kindness of a good friend, I was able to fucking hook it up with this set and be able to move forward with these Kaiju Quarantine reviews. So not only is this episode dedicated to Septimson, but every motherfucking Kaiju Quarantine in the future is dedicated to him as well. Thanks, man. You've already made some great things possible.